Are you tired of watery, flavorless morning coffee, but overwhelmed by the sea of complicated brewing gadgets on the market? Today, I'm revealing the absolute best French presses that will completely transform your daily caffeine ritual. Which ones are actually worth your hard-earned money, and which ones are just pretty glass pitchers? Stick around until the end because my number one pick completely blew my expectations out of the water and might just be the last coffee maker you ever need to buy. Let's count down from number 7. RAINBEAN Mini French Press Coffee Maker. This is a very compact model that I initially thought would be the perfect companion for solo brewing or taking on weekend camping trips. When I first took it out of the box, its small footprint definitely stood out, making it an obvious candidate for anyone dealing with an incredibly cramped kitchen or a tiny dorm room. The portability factor is arguably its strongest feature, as it tucks away into almost any cabinet without a fuss. However, during my hands-on testing, the compromises made to achieve this small size became glaringly apparent. The borosilicate glass carafe feels remarkably thin, to the point where I found myself handling it with extreme caution for fear of shattering it against my granite countertops. When you are pouring boiling water into a vessel first thing in the morning, you want to feel a sense of sturdy reliability, and unfortunately, this model lacks that reassuring weight and thickness. The plunging mechanism also left quite a bit to be desired when it came to everyday performance. As I pressed down on my medium coarse grounds, the rod felt slightly flimsy and wobbled within the casing, which meant the mesh screen didn't maintain a perfect tight seal against the glass walls. This resulted in a frustrating amount of gritty sludge escaping into my final cup, completely ruining the smooth texture you expect from this brewing method. Heat retention was another major pain point during my morning routine. Because the glass is so incredibly thin, the coffee loses its optimal drinking temperature far too quickly, forcing you to chug your single serving rather than sit back and enjoy it. 6. Utopia Kitchen Borosilicate French Press Coffee Maker. This is a model that frequently pops up as a top budget-friendly option for those looking for a standard full-sized carafe. Out of the box, it certainly looks the part, mimicking the classic European coffeehouse aesthetic with its black plastic frame and large glass beaker. I was eager to see if it could deliver a quality family-sized brew without breaking the bank. In practice, the materials used in the construction immediately gave away its lower price point. While the glass itself is advertised as heat-resistant borosilicate, the surrounding plastic casing and handle feel brittle and incredibly hollow in the hand. When fully loaded with hot water and heavy wet grounds, the handle exhibited an unsettling amount of flex, making me genuinely nervous about walking it from the kitchen counter over to my dining table. The filtration system is another area where the Utopia kitchen press struggles to keep up with higher-end competitors. I noticed that the mesh screen began to fray slightly at the edges after only a handful of rigorous washings. Furthermore, the plunging action was consistently stuttery. The filter would catch on the sides of the glass, requiring an uneven, forceful push that occasionally caused hot coffee to dangerously splash up toward the spout. I also encountered issues when it came time to clean up my morning mess. The plastic base does not separate easily from the glass carafe, meaning moisture and tiny coffee particles inevitably get trapped between the plastic and the glass. Over the course of my testing week, this led to a persistent, stale coffee odor that I simply could not scrub away, no matter how carefully I rinsed it. In the end, the Utopia Kitchen French Press will technically make a large batch of coffee for a very low entry price, but it comes with too many daily annoyances. 5. QUQIYSO Copper-21. The very first thing that struck me when I unboxed this unit was the absolutely gorgeous copper-plated stainless steel frame. It catches the morning light beautifully and instantly elevates the look of your coffee station, proving that you do not have to sacrifice aesthetics when upgrading your brewing equipment. Unlike the previous models, the build quality here feels intentional and reassuringly solid. The borosilicate glass carafe is noticeably thicker, providing a satisfying heft that gives you confidence when pouring boiling water. I found that this thicker glass also translated to vastly improved heat retention, allowing my coffee to stay pleasantly hot for a much longer period while I got ready for the day. The plunging experience on the QUQIYSO is a massive leap forward in quality. The stainless steel rod glides down the carafe with a smooth, buttery resistance that feels incredibly premium. The mesh filter fits snugly against the interior walls, ensuring that all the grounds are pressed firmly to the bottom without any of the dangerous stuttering or splashing I experienced with the budget models. When it comes to the actual taste of the coffee, this press delivers beautifully. The dual filter system works exactly as intended, yielding a deeply flavorful, robust cup with an impressively clean finish. I was thrilled to find that the dreaded muddy sludge at the bottom of my mug was virtually non-existent, allowing me to enjoy every last drop of my expensive roasted beans. Overall, the QUQIYSO Copper-21 is a fantastic mid-range option that expertly balances elegant design with highly capable performance. It feels durable, it looks stunning sitting on a breakfast table, and most importantly, it consistently brews a delicious, clean cup of coffee. 4. Veken FPV3V302. This is a model that completely redefines what kind of value you can expect from a modern French press. Opening this package feels like an event, as Veken generously includes a host of practical accessories, including wooden spoons, a cleaning brush, and extra mesh screens. Right away, you get the sense that this is a complete, thoughtful brewing kit rather than just a standalone carafe. The construction of the Veken is incredibly impressive. It features a sleek, modern stainless steel exoskeleton that not only protects the thick borosilicate glass from accidental bumps, but also adds a contemporary flair to your kitchen counter. During my testing, the sturdy, heat-resistant handle provided a perfectly balanced, comfortable grip, making pouring a completely effortless and secure experience, even when the beaker was filled to the brim. What truly sets the Veken apart is its meticulously engineered double-screen filtration system. I tested this press with a slightly finer grind than I typically use, just to see if it could handle it, and it performed flawlessly. The tightly woven stainless steel mesh effectively captured every stray particulate, resulting in an exceptionally smooth, professional-tasting brew that rivaled my local coffee shop. Maintenance and cleaning are an absolute breeze with this design. The entire filter assembly unscrews effortlessly, allowing you to thoroughly rinse away trapped oils and microgrounds in a matter of seconds. The included cleaning sponge reaches the very bottom of the beaker perfectly, ensuring that no stale flavors are left behind to ruin tomorrow's morning cup. The Veken FPV3V302 earns its high spot on this list simply by being an outstanding all-rounder. It offers premium build materials, extraordinary value with its included accessories, and a highly refined filtration system. 3. Secura SFP-34DS. This is a heavy-duty powerhouse that completely ditches fragile glass for a rugged, all-stainless steel design. From the moment I picked it up, I knew this was a serious piece of equipment. If you are prone to dropping things in the morning before the caffeine hits, or if you simply want a coffee maker that will outlive you, this indestructible metal tank is exactly what you have been searching for. The star feature of the Secura is undoubtedly its double-wall insulated construction. During my testing, I brewed a full pot, drank 1 cup, and deliberately left the rest sitting on the counter. An hour and a half later, the remaining coffee was still piping hot. This exceptional thermal retention fundamentally changes how you enjoy your mornings, allowing you to sip leisurely without the rush of a rapidly cooling carafe. The pressing mechanism is robust and heavily engineered to match the exterior. The stainless steel rod is thick and unbending, driving the 3-layered filter structure down with commanding precision. Because the interior walls are perfectly machined steel rather than blown glass, the filter screen maintains a flawless, gap-free seal from the very top all the way to the bottom. Despite its rugged nature, the Secura pours with the elegance of a fine tea kettle. The spout is sharply designed to prevent any annoying drips from running down the side of the carafe, keeping your countertops completely spotless. Furthermore, all the metal components are highly polished, making it incredibly easy to rinse out the spent grounds without them clinging stubbornly to the sides. The Secura SFP-34DS is an absolute triumph for those who value durability and heat retention above all else. It produces a deeply extracted, full-bodied cup of coffee while offering the peace of mind that comes with a shatterproof design. 2. Belwares BW-50FPC. This is a truly luxurious French press that caters perfectly to those who frequently host guests or simply consume a massive amount of coffee. This is a large-capacity, all-stainless steel marvel that exudes a sleek, professional aesthetic. Taking it out of the box, you are immediately struck by its elegant brushed metal finish and its commanding statuesque presence on the countertop. Much like the Secura, the Belwares utilizes a double-wall vacuum-insulated design, but it takes the thermal performance a step further. I found that this press kept my morning brew astonishingly hot for well over 2 hours without slightly altering the flavor profile. There is no metallic aftertaste whatsoever, just pure, unadulterated coffee flavor that stays perfectly warm for your second, third, or fourth cup. The filtration system on the Belwares is nothing short of a mechanical masterpiece. It features an advanced multi-screen drop-down filter that is incredibly dense. When I pressed the plunger, the resistance was firm and steady, effectively trapping even the most microscopic coffee dust at the base. The resulting cup was brilliantly clear and completely free of the harsh bitterness that often comes from over-extracted, floating grounds. Ergonomics played a huge role in why I ranked this model so highly. The handle is contoured perfectly to fit the hand, remaining completely cool to the touch despite the boiling liquid inside. When you tilt it forward, the precision-engineered spout delivers a smooth, controlled stream of coffee, ensuring that not a single drop is wasted or spilled. If you want a high-capacity, heavy-duty coffee maker that looks like it belongs in a 5-star hotel, the Belwares is an extraordinary choice. It marries supreme durability with highly advanced filtration, making it a joy to use whether you are fueling a busy office or enjoying a lazy Sunday brunch with the whole family. 1. Bodum 1928-01 French Press Coffee Maker. There is a reason this iconic, classic design has endured essentially unchanged since the 1950s. The moment I set it on my counter, I knew I was dealing with the absolute gold standard of manual coffee brewing. It perfectly captures the essence of a traditional European cafe experience right in your own kitchen. The craftsmanship is immediately apparent. The frame and lid are made from high-quality steel that undergoes several chrome plating processes, resulting in a brilliantly shiny surface that is remarkably resistant to scratching and rust. This is not just a coffee maker. It is a meticulously crafted piece of culinary hardware that demands to be left out on display long after the morning brew is finished. The heart of the Bodum Chambord is its premium, heat-resistant borosilicate glass beaker. It is flawlessly clear and incredibly resilient to sudden temperature changes. Watching the coffee bloom and swirl through this pristine glass is a visually stunning part of the ritual. The glass perfectly maintains the purity of the coffee's flavor, ensuring that you taste nothing but the delicate tasting notes of your chosen beans. The plunging mechanism is where Bodum's decades of experience truly shine. The stainless steel spiral plate keeps the mesh filter tightly engaged with the glass walls, pressing down with a smooth, perfectly calibrated glide. It extracts the absolute maximum amount of aromatic oils and flavors from the beans, while leaving the grounds firmly packed at the bottom. The resulting coffee is undeniably rich, incredibly complex, and completely free of grit. The Bodum Chambord is without a doubt the best French press on the market today. It honors the rich tradition of the brewing method while executing every single mechanical detail with flawless precision.